everybody. Welcome in. And here we go. Another episode. Before we start, I want to give a little, I guess, heads up. We did have a player who backed out due to personal reasons. Um, Again, I know that we're being streamed and this is an actual play, but we absolutely prioritize our players' mental health and well-being over the game. So if they had to step away, they had to step away. That's fine. We have our way of making sure that he exits without being too hurt. Um, with that also said, if you're not in the Discord, I would recommend joining right now. There are a lot of giveaways going on, from custom music to the entire Iron New York album, to character art, to a temporary seat at the table where your own your own private 3 session mini chronicle going on. And that will end here in a week. So, yay! With that being said, I'm going to get this party started. Um, we're going to start off with getting Miko and Kayla set, and then we're going to run over to our new player, and we're going to let them introduce themselves and their character, and then we're going to see what happens to them. So for a recap, for those who weren't here last time, at the end of the session, Kayla managed to get the dagger into the Garou, or at least against it. Thrashing around ended up making him stab himself, but did notice that in doing so, the dagger started to morph, would be a correct word for it, just a little bit. It can see that it's absorbing something from him. Lucian was underground with Coterie, and they were holding the poor Garou underground. But our dear Miko here, unfortunately, something really weird happened, and he automatically frenzied and turned on his own coterie. The session ended with the session ended with the what is now known as a private aircraft carrier opening, revealing that our sweet spirit, who has our sweet spirit who has been ow sorry about that guiding Kayla along this entire time, reaches up from behind and snatches her physical form, just as 7 other Garou took a stand. With that being said, Kayla, I do need you to make a courage roll. Your difficulty is 10.
Okay. Courage. And what is that based off of? Oh, wait, I see
Your
it.
courage virtue.
Oh my god, you said difficulty is 10?
10. You are staring down face to face with a total of 8 Garou. The one that's currently with you and the 7 inside.
Okay. My specialty is, uh, like, in the eyes of, like, death, if you will. Like, that's the name of it. It's in the eyes of death. So I think this might count with the Garou.
So, virtues don't
If not, that's
have
okay.
them. Virtues
Oh, okay.
aren't supposed to have them. But, from what I know of her backstory, I'm going to drop the difficulty by 1. So it's a 9. Still high. But, I know her backstory and the pure drive that she has. So, I'll let that go down. So, hit me with it. What you got, boo?
I only got 5. 5
You
dice.
got this.
That's as many dice as you can have.
Yep.
Crits, if they're 1, don't count, right?
If they're
I have
what?
to get 2. If you only have 1 crit, it doesn't count. You have to have 2, right? Like it's double.
No. So that's only for your attributes and your skills. You can't crit a virtue rating. But as long as you have 1, that's good. You only need 1.
I rolled 3.
Oh, lucky. Okay. So, Kayla, we're going to start with you first. You've never felt this intense fear before. You've had some as human. You've probably had some your first nights being embraced. You've probably had it at some point feeling like a disappointment to dad. You've probably felt fear. but something in this even has your beast starting to stir. And for the first time in a long time, your beast isn't urging you to do something drastic in a sense of taking over. It feels like it is dragging you away for not only your survival, but its own survival. You are still arm in arm in the mouth of the other Garou. And for a split second, you use your other hand, you reach forward, you go to grab the dagger out, hoping that if you pull the dagger, then maybe its jaw will let loose. And it works for a second. But as you go to pull away, you swear you swear there's this whisper in the back of your head. Not like a spirit, not like powers. It's almost like there's something that's bonded to you and is like, but let me go. Let me go.
Would Kayla? I feel like Kayla would know
It is a
mechanically
male.
what that
Yeah,
means.
it's a male's voice. It's very clearly that the Garou that has bit you. Like when Kayla like takes a second to realize, looks down. When you're looking at this Garou who at this point has been absolutely aggressive, they have the silver eyes. For a split second, you swear that you see what looks like really deep brown eyes. They're human eyes. And it is looking at you out of the corner of it. Its arm is still, or your arm is still in its mouth, but it's like that bite is what's connecting the two of you for a split second. He's like, let me out of this. Let me go.
And I still have the knife with me.
Yeah, it's now in your other hand, but yes.
Would Kayla be able to infer what "let me go" means? Because that could mean, in this instance, I think one of two things.
Um, Wits and empathy, please. Difficulty 6.
Not that many dice, but still not bad.
It works.
I got a 3.
Okay, so it's not in a. It's more of a desperate plea, like it wants to get out of the ground. Kayla takes a second through the fear, through the urge of wanting to run, through heavily suppressing the shit out of the beast. Like, hold on now. You can tell that it's not asking for death. It's not asking for anything else. It's asking for you to get your coterie mates to let him out of the ground. He wants
I'll
out.
immediately say, to everyone, very loudly,
Okay.
I understand we're all fighting, but we need to. Those who aren't trying to hold Miko back, apparently, we need to get him out of the ground. We are not fighting with him immediately, please.
Okay. Roll me. I know you're gonna have so many rolls right now. Charisma, leadership, difficulty 7. Because
Good roll
Kayla
for me.
is now taking charge. We love it, girl. Girl
And I can't
boss.
there's no such blood surging or anything like that. No way to add anything to this. Okay, that's
Not
fine.
for this.
That's fine.
So for physical stats like your strength and your dex, before you make your turns or roll, you can say I'm spending X amount of blood points to boost my stat. So like if your max strength is could be 5 and you got 2, if you can spend, you go, hey, I want to spend a blood point, drop it up to, or pump it up to 3.
Okay, so that 1, 2, 3, 5. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So very quickly, Kayla is on it. I love this. um, very quickly, you see those that are not currently holding Miko down, which consist of Koro, the tall Japanese business suited man, Aki, who at this point she's bleeding, but she is trying her best to calm Miko. She's almost getting flung around. She's able to hold on to poor Miko's arm. And Hinata, who looks like she's very carefully cutting away at the tendons of his feet so he can't move, more of like causing a collapse. But you can tell it isn't to actually hurt or damage him, it's to subdue him. Like she's being extremely careful. And suddenly there's two sets of arms on the ground around you, these massive hulking black furred talons. Then there's two sets of arms, and then there's three sets of arms, and you see this boy pulling himself up from the dirt. Like, he doesn't need help. Kayla got the message across. This man is ripping himself out of what is clearly a mix between dirt and concrete, like it's nobody's business. So once he actually gets up, he's hunched down and he slowly lets your arm go and he licks it. What's weird is when he licks your hand or your arm that he's bit, it heals as if a kindred has kissed you. And he looks at you and he goes, "I'm going to help my mom. Will you help me?"
What's
It's
the height of
mentally.
this creature?
He is almost 15 feet tall when standing fully upright. He is actually the shortest of all the other Garou there. The others look about his size, but it's very clearly that they're hunched over. They have the Garou hunched to them.
I'm going to walk over to him and put
Mhm.
my hand on one of the many hands and just nod, yes.
Okay. He goes, "Then I need you to trust me. Give me the dagger." Pause. Miko, I need you to roll me a self-control at difficulty 10.
I can certainly try.
Self-control to pull
Okay.
yourself back into control.
Mika is clearly the most in control man ever invented with the botch. I think we saw this coming.
The confidence.
Little bit. Smidgen. With my clear, non-addictive personality and amazing self-control regularly demonstrated.
The confidence that was just instantly dropped. I love you. Okay, Miko, so you're still in a frenzy. Here's where you get a choice. Miko can continue to fight the beast.
Ugh.
Or Miko, for a mystery path, can finally ride the wave and work with Mikoslav to turn and fight these Garou.
There is only Slav. We will destroy our enemies.
It would be... You ready? You ready? You ready? Okay. Then I would like for you to describe how, for a split second, you, Miko, and his beast Mikoslav stop and decide what is it that makes them finally go, okay, we gotta stop fighting each other. Or obviously, we're still gonna be dicks to each other. That's just our whole relationship. But what finally makes you and your beast click together that you have to work together enough to ride the wave?
Have you fucking seen this? There is fucking Garou everywhere. I know, you fucking moron. Would you just let me punch them already? No, I want to run away and take everybody with me. You cannot do that. You have to very carefully kill them all, eat their souls, and then we can live. You're fucking insane. And that's new to you? Okay, not really. So shall we? On one condition. I am not doing disco. Never again. Okay, teamwork. Let's go.
Okie dokie. After this session, then, I will give Miko his path. But consider this, that Miko has finally dropped from humanity. He is swapping to a path. As per table rules, you will drop down to 3 for that. For the rest of this session, we're going to play it as if you're still humanity, but by the end, you will no longer be, as a heads up. So, for a split second, Miko, you come to, and it's different. You don't feel like a backseat passenger. You're so used to that when Mikoslav comes out. Um, and for just a second, the talk you had with Dawn comes back on why you're scared to let him out. You're terrified that your friends, the people that you've dedicated your life to, and everybody, like, he's going to hurt them. But you realize, no, not really. He doesn't look at Aki. As a matter of fact, he's actually quite polite with it, and you carefully put your arm down, so Aki is not holding on for dear life anymore while being flung around. She sits, and Koro, his blade is very carefully let go, so you don't damage it, you don't break it. You know that that sword means the world to him. Hinata stops at you for a second. You see her fans are out. She's looking at you like, are you there? Is that you? Are we good?
Fine. It is time to kick ass, and apparently, we say chew bubblegum.
Oh, hi, Mikoslav. Great. We
No,
could
no, no.
really use help. Finally. It only took like, what, 1,000 years? Great, we're gonna need help.
Fuck you.
Yeah, maybe later, but I mean, been there, done that. That wasn't a fun ride. But we need to, and when you turn around, Miko, because Hinata's now pointing, you see Kayla handing the dagger over. I thought you said you were handing it over.
Ooh.
Not yet. We said you said pause. So
Okay.
before I hand the dagger over,
Okay, what you doing?
I have an ability called an ear for lies. It is
Okay.
prospects. I would like to use that ability.
It's for Auspex?
So, yes.
What dot is that
Standard
one?
power .2. Know when someone lies to you.
That might be 5e.
Yeah, you're using 5e. For
Why
D20,
did
it's
that come
aura
up when
perception.
I looked for the things? Okay, aura perception.
So aura
I'm
perception,
gonna
I will
take
go ahead.
that.
I will give you an auto pass for it because it lets you read the exact emotions someone's having. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you.
So weird. Okay, thank you.
But I got you. While it doesn't dictate whether or not they're lying, the exact emotions. So usually it comes in bright auras. I got you. After this session, remind me, and I'll send you the actual thingy for it. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Done already.
Oh, my couch. His aura does not appear to be neither shifter nor kindred, nor does it appear to be human. It is almost pale and non-existent, like it's a ghost, as if it's not really there. But his aura is showing you he's very protective, he's very determined, and when his eyes, you can see where it glances back towards what is very clearly that you know now, Amarantha in her physical form, there's pure love there. There's pure admiration. So when he says that he's there for his mom, the aura alone tells you, like, maybe there is something there. Like, he is genuinely caring for this woman and he wants to help her.
I would repeat to everybody before. I would say to everyone that's here before I do this: do not harm him and do not harm her. And I will then pass the dagger. And I just, as I'm doing it to him, I say very loudly, "Trust me, please."
Okay. So, Miko is the one who doesn't hear it because he is in the middle of a combat with his beast, and then they merge. So I'll have it where everybody else but Miko sees or hears.
That's fine.
Mainly because that is an intense thing to go between the two of them. So Miko, you do in fact turn around at the same moment that you see Kayla handing the dagger to what is very clearly the Garou that has been stalking you at this point for months. And Hinata puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "Your girl said trust her. Do you trust her, or are we attacking her too?"
We are not a fool. Of course we trust in our colleagues. Let us go beat the shit out of other people instead.
Okay. Now you two pause. Artemis, my dear, you are currently walking. It's one of those nights you're still trying to figure out your La Sombre abilities because you were in denial for a little bit there. And now that you're finally practicing, you're like, fuck it. You know, I met a few other La Sombre that said you can probably maybe use the shadows to like get around faster. A part of you really believes that they were bullshitting you because you've never seen it. And well, you're trickster. That would absolutely be something that you would probably tell a baby or someone not completely experienced to see if they would try it. Either whether it's to break the masquerade and get their shit jumped or to see if they actually try it and is that gullible so you can hit tricks on them again later. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to everybody watching. I'm going to let you give a physical description, explain what it is that you're currently doing walking down the road and your thought process over all of this. And then I need you to roll me a single d10 when you're done.
So Artemis is, you can't quite tell if they're a female or a male when you see them walking by. They're wearing all black, a tank top that says La Sombra Magnet that they claim, oh, that's just some underground band you wouldn't even understand, man. They have long black hair that's pulled back, side shaved, undercut, and they're wearing pitch black glasses at night. And seeming to flinch away every time a car passes by, keeping their eyes down. They have a smoothie in their hand that they are clearly not drinking. And they are just looking at these shadows like, "Hi, is anybody watching? Fuck it, let's try it." The moment that they get someplace that they think that nobody's gonna see them do this bullshit, just in case they run into a wall, they don't want to embarrass themselves.
Okay, so you're walking. I mean, you're coming around from the local 7-Eleven. You got your Slurpee. You're like, man, I'm just trying to blend in with this shit. And you're like, all right. So you go down an alley. Obviously, nobody's going to follow you. It's freaking like 3, 4 in the morning. Why the hell would anybody realistically be out? Maybe a drug dealer or some hobo in the corner. But you're like, man, I'm going to try this. And then if I'm back here, nobody's going to see me. So you walk into the back and you're looking at the shadow and you're like, fuck it, we ball. And you gotta step into it. I need you to roll me a d10. Just a d10. That's to those watching, we love random haha funny theatrics. So even if it's not something that's rules is written, we're gonna make a roll for it because it's gonna be funny as shit, one way or another. Oh, 9. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. We love that. So you're like, I mean, all right. So you take a step into it and you actually feel yourself physically walk into the shadow. And you're like, holy shit, they weren't lying. And then it feels like you're falling. And you're like, what? You're Slurpee. You can see it start to spill over the edge. You're like, oh shit, I'm actually falling. And then suddenly, thud. You're hitting what is clearly the side of a metal building. And you stumble back a little bit. And it sounds like there's maybe fighting coming from around the corner.
What the fuck? The fuck am I?
So
Fuck it, let's find out.
fucking find out. um so you walk around the corner. How are you guys currently reacting to said situation of being charged by 7 different Garou?
Miko, you can go first.
Oh well, your funeral.
Your funeral? Okay.
Kayla's in science mode,
Mm-hmm.
emotions off. think practical, because when you're facing like Garou to Kayla is like, oh, they can kill you. I need to now be practical. So in terms of fear, unless it's that kind of fear from fire or something or sunlight, Kayla is focused.
Okay. So, Artemis, you come around the corner and you see this obnoxiously bright pink suited man booking it with these big, luscious golden curls just bounce, bounce, bounce as he's running full steam at what are very clearly oddly mutated giant werewolves who are running back at them. You see what is clearly this, what's the word? Doctor, like, lady. She's in a lab coat, standing next to one of these beings who is handing it something. But it doesn't seem necessarily to be currently aggressive. Not like the other one's charging. Everybody, I need a perception and an awareness. Difficulty for this one specifically is going to be 8. I need 2 of them rolled. Miko, for one of your rolls, you get an extra die. And that is because somebody redeemed it.
Do you need each of us to do 2 rolls?
Each of you to do 2 rolls, and everybody regain a willpower. And everybody regain a blood point. Clearly, this is the pre-save before entering a boss room.
Was the difficulty 8?
Yes.
That was perception and what? I'm sorry.
Awareness.
First roll 3, second roll 5.
Okay. So before we get into this, because this is going to be combat, I don't do combat as rules is written. I'm going to have everybody roll initiative, and then for the most part, I'm going to ask you what your actions are. You're going to roll a d10. As long as you roll above a 5, your action is considered a success. I don't know, to me, I'd rather it be more thematic than I want it to be more mechanic based. So based on what your dots are, I'm going to trust you that is what you can do. So are you guys ready for that before I completely and utterly start?
I have to find a
Say
sheet
3
with
to 5.
the stuff again. What is initiative? It
Yeah,
is
so initiative is dex and wits, right?
wits?
Dex and
Okay.
wits. Okay. And then if you have celerity, you can burn your blood point to activate that and add your celerity to it, or you can save your celerity and use it for your actions. So, let's see. We have 1 and failed. You had 3 and 5. You had 2 and 1. Got it. Okay. So, first off, everybody sees what is very clearly a second pack of Garou behind you, running forward. They don't look mutated. These ones look normal. There's a few browns in there, a red, and you can't tell if it's white or if it's just like a really, really pale gray, but all of them are running towards you guys. So right now in front of you, you have what is a total of 8 mutateds, and behind you is roughly like 6, maybe at most, you think, that's charging you. On the second one roll, everybody but Artemis. Sorry, Artemis, you failed the second one, my love. I need you two to roll me your dex and athletics at difficulty 8 to dodge. Strictly to dodge. Your ability to see is what's giving you the ability to dodge. Artemis, I hate to hit you with trauma here so early. I also hate to hit you with what is very familiar to you. But you go to step out from behind. You're like, what the fuck's going on? You got your Slurpee, carefree, mind you. And there's a thud into your chest. Just You're more than welcome.
Fuckers. Slushy not in hand anymore. Slushy thrown.
There goes the glove. So when you look down, it's like it's a knitting needle that has gone right between your, well, right in the middle of your chest. We'll go with that. And it's sticking there, sticking out. Do you try to grab that?
No. Absolutely not.
I can see the look under the glasses of you, bitch. For those who don't know, Artemis is in my other chronicle that I do that's play by post, and this scene is just way too familiar. It is not the same, I promise. But the look, the perfect look. You two, what did you roll for your dodges?
2.
You got a 2, Miko.
Didn't you say awareness? Sorry.
No. So you guys passed, so you get to dodge. You're not
okay.
automatically gonna get hit.
Okay.
So a dex and
apologies.
athletic. Yeah.
Right, hold on. I will quickly roll that.
No, you're good.
That's it.
I only had 2 for Dex. I don't have athletics. Kayla is not. She's a scientist.
I personally don't go by the rule of if you don't have a dot, you can't do it. You're just gonna do for the best you can with someone with no experience. So. That
She was not.
mechanic
She
annoys
doesn't
me.
have her Nike sneakers on today. So
4.
Nice. Okay. We're gonna start with Kayla, who is very clearly going to do her best to try to dodge about the way. So you go to move to the side. You're trying to put a gap between you and the Garou in hopes of that is enough. However, as you're handing the dagger, you can see that there's a slight flick in his aura, like he's suddenly very defensive over you two, and he tries to grab you to move you out of the way further, but instead you get a thud right here in your shoulder. So it doesn't hit you in the chest, it hits you in the shoulder, and it's a needle that's like this big sticking out. To you, it reminds you of a knitting needle, which you're a scientist, you're good with medical. You know, if you go to pull it out and it is in fact a knitting needle, it's hooked at the end, you're going to cause aggravated damage to yourself. At this point, it is absolutely probably best to keep it in, because one, it's not bleeding, two, it's not really causing you damage that you can feel. But he pulls you off to the side, and he pulls you behind him, and he looks down at the dagger, and you realize now the dagger's pitch black. This thing is deep, deep, deep black, like looking into the void. And he hands it back to you, and for a second, it's like the fur on his palm is pure white. Pure white. And he reaches the dagger back behind his back and hands it to you. He goes, "Put this through my heart. Every bit of fiber you have, put it through. It's the only way you're going to cure me fast enough to help you. And if you don't, we're going to be pinned between two different packs. I can hit them all into submission, but I need to be cured, and that's the only way to get it done fast enough. Or everybody here's about to die."
before he has time to finish speaking, I will stab him like directly in the heart, but I'll also like, he's in a creature form, so whatever I assume would be his face, if I could, I would have my hand to the side of his face while I am stabbing him in the heart.
Pausey there. Miko, my dear, you and you and Mikoslav are so in sync right now. And Mikoslav carried you through pretty much wiping out an entire city on your own. You remember waking up, you remember the bloodshed and the bodies of those you cared for, of those you didn't, enemies, friends, it didn't matter. And Miko himself has never quite understood how the beast could do it, because Miko knows how strong he is. Miko shouldn't be able to do that. But now that it's kind of like you're walking side by side and you're walking with your beast, you're realizing Mikoslav is the part of you that shuts down, where nothing more in the world matters than making a point. And there's a piece of you for just a split second that's like, yeah, this makes sense. This is how Miko functions. This is how I work. Like it's how why I dress the way I do. It's why that I act the way I do and drive the way I do because I'm trying to make a point. Huh, maybe me. Where'd Seraph go? There's two of me now. Did we lose him? We're just gonna casually have
Oh,
two right now.
One moment, there's an interweb problem.
Oh, okay. This is why we have editors. So anyways, pause with that. And we'll come back to you so we don't have Kayla missing. For anybody who is watching, yes, I know my explanation on fighting is a little bit different than most tables. I am more of a roleplay focused DM, so I would like to take the dots that people can have and let them explore their character and the things that they would like to be able to do without the dice accidentally or on purpose, depending on how the dice feels, kicking them in the dick or grabbing them by the balls and twisting, or purple nurples. Because you could describe to do the most badass thing and you don't know who your enemies are, they could probably counter it. I would like my players to have the ability to express what it is that what they envision that their character can do. And not only does it give me a little bit more insight as their storyteller on what they can do, I find it a good way for the players to be able to have a moment to be able to safely explore their character, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of had this idea downtime of this is what they could do, so this is what we're gonna do. Welcome back, Seraph. Now I don't have to play two people at once. I mean, I'm the storyteller, I'm probably playing 6 at once anyways, but that's cool. Anywho, we got you. So Miko, you're realizing maybe you and Mikoslav aren't so different, despite the fact you guys are button heads. That is kind of it's kind of a disgusting thought, because Miko has always seen himself as a little bit the better version of his beast of we don't murder, we don't do things, we're not evil, we are good people. And for a split second, you're kind of like, maybe we're not so different. And you realize that because usually where Miko is very focused, there's Garou in front of you. You can hear something behind you. And as you do, Mikoslav makes your body turn. And when you turn, you can see a needle go flying past you forward and into the throat of a Garou that was charging you. Right here. And you realize it was like pure instinct had taken over. You didn't see it, you just heard it, and you knew from how it sounded, how close it was, when it was gonna hit, exactly when to dodge. And that's when you're like, Miko's like, okay, I think now I can see why Mikoslav did what he did and how he did it. I'm also beginning to understand why people may be terrified of me if this was who they met. Oh boy. But when you go to look over your shoulder to give whoever it is a middle finger, you realize really quickly this is a lose-lose, death situation. You're already down 3 health points. You're doing... You think you could probably take one of them. 2 if you're feeling extremely ballsy, but you probably won't make it out. But right now, you're stuck between 2 different packs. And I believe it was Kayla that rolled the highest. Yes, because it was a 5 was your second roll. Kayla, behind the Garou are 3 unmarked black fans. And there are people pulling out of them. You see what is 2 men, all in black suits. They each have what looks like a black briefcase they are holding on each side. They come around, one opens the door, and you see this tall lady, black slacks, bright white shirt, looks like a blue corset, long black hair and glasses, and when she comes out, you realize very quickly she's the one throwing these needles. There is a what are they called? It's not a glove. Needle pouch on her arm, and she's pulling out more. These ones look very fucking different. These ones look like they are slightly shimmering as if somebody had dipped them in water, and they look pure silver. And you see her put them between her hands, and she wrenches back, getting ready to throw a second time. Artemis, my dear, you have not been spotted yet, thankfully. You don't actually have to engage in this fight if you don't want to. You could sneak away. The choice is yours. What would you like to do with the needle currently in your chest?
Can I tell where that needle came from?
Not with a fail, no. Love you. You just know that they hit you, and now your Slurpee's on the ground. And they kind of messed up your tank top a little bit. There's a hole in your tank top now.
We're not leaving.
We're not leaving. So I will give you a good moment to describe how you're going to enter the scene. And then I will have everybody, I believe, roll initiative. I believe it was... Yeah, no, but okay. Then everybody will roll initiative, and we will go the turns that way. If you don't know, V20, it's lowest initiative first, I believe. Yeah, lowest. Aha, I knew this. I'm slowly...
Declares and then resolves.
Yes, declare resolve. Got it. Okay. So that's how we're gonna go. So Artemis, my dear, you've been impaled. There are more than 15 Garou now on the scene. They're charging each other. You realize that it is probably a decent sized coterie stuck between these two Garou packs. And suddenly you've been hit. What would you like to do? You can be as descriptive or non as you want. There's no pressure. I didn't mean that.
Time for a little bit more darkness in this fucking warehouse tonight.
Okay. There is quite a bit in there. You can't see fully into it from where you're positioned. If you were to move, you could probably see. Would you like to move and see if you can get a peek inside?
I would like to move, get a peek inside first.
Are you going to be stealthy about it, or are you just like, fuck all of you?
This is now a fuck all of you situation. My tank top's been messed up and my Slurpee's on the ground.
All right, so now that you're entering, I need you to make me a courage roll as you are actively approaching the Garou now. But given that you're an extremely angry potato right now, and we've had a bit of a talk about your girl, I will give you a difficulty 9 on it instead of a 10.
Angry starches.
It's that adrenaline rush. Sudden guitar riff plays now. You got 1?
It's a 1.
Okay. So you're terrified, and you're still relatively new. You haven't exactly found a way to tame your beast yet, so feeling it pop up every now and then is nothing new at this point. This point you're just whatever. We're gonna make friends eventually anyways. Either you're gonna like me or we're both gonna die. There's no in between. Millennial. Which is their whole concept, and I love it. We're either gonna get along or to die. Either way, I'm winning. And you approach forward. You do manage to catch a single Garou off guard, because while everybody else is running or charging and fighting, you're just kind of fuck you, and you're walking past, and it's like, you could see the confusion in it. for just a split second, and then it turns around to go and attack you. You have a split second. You do manage to peek in. There is quite a bit of darkness inside of this. What would you like to do?
I'd like to be able to see.
I'd like to be able to see. I'm sorry. The sun's just helping you be really into character today. Clearly.
I have a split second.
Yeah. You can either
One
attack,
aggressor.
dodge, book it out of there, go further in, use a power. The creativity is yours.
Um,
I.e., you
I'll
can
get
get
Shroud of Night.
You're gonna do Shroud of Night. Cloak and inky blackness completely obscures light and sound. Okay.
Specifically around myself.
Okie dokie. You know what? That's actually kind of cool and I like it. So, there's now a sudden massive 10-foot radius of pure darkness. And you see, Miko, since you're the one charging in, you see this person who kind of came out of nowhere. You know they haven't been there. Walk past a Garou, like, fuck you. It confuses the Garou enough that it turns around and looks at her and double takes for just a split second. Like, huh? And then, poof, blackness. And you see the Garou jump forward, but it comes out the other side of the darkness confused, like, and turns around again to start going to swipe. You're going to
Punch him in the back of the head
You're going to
as hard as I physically can. And I would like to spend a blood point to activate Potence, everyone's best friend.
Everyone's best. Oh boy. Okie dokie. Let me. No, I can't use the storyteller Discord. You're in that, but that's okay. I have my own personal Discord now. Let me see how hard you managed to actually hurt him. My couch. Anyhow, this poor Garou, very clearly, it is young, it is inexperienced. This is probably maybe the first, second, maybe even third time ever it's changed. You come up behind it. It is so hard focused on whatever is in the shadows that it doesn't necessarily care that you're there. When in reality, you see the other ones actively targeting you as a jump, like they want to all come at you. They're pretty much the clearly more experienced Garou of the pack. This one turns around to charge back at Artemis through the darkness. And for a split second, you get this surge of absolutely the fuck not. You have no idea who this civilian is. And it's a fight between you and Mikoslav because Mikoslav's kind of like, we should probably be, targeting the other 6 that's attacking us. That would be reasonable instead of turning our back to them. But Miko's like, we can't let somebody get hurt. And worst case, Miko rationalizes, we step into the darkness where they can't see us either.
That's kind of the plan. Ride the Garou into the shadows and out the other side.
I know Miko's character very well, can't you tell? Anywho, so you punch him into the back of the head, and in doing so, you end up grabbing into the fur. So it's stumbling forward, and you use the weight of the Garou stumbling because you can see for a split second. You can see within that split second action that you have done, I know my wordings, I promise. Its eyes kind of do that weird hard blink like somebody who has currently taken something extreme to the back of the head, and it falls forward. So all of that body weight plus your own lunging forward has 2 others charge over you. They miss. They go through the darkness and over the other side. Artemis, you're standing inside this And you're just kind of, there goes one wolf. There goes another wolf. Oh, there goes a third wolf. They're missing you. Your shroud of darkness is clearly very much so working. What do you do now that you see another Garou come through? It falls forward, and on its back is this obnoxiously bright, pink-suited, blonde-haired man who is just kind of, while it's on the ground, I'm assuming Miko is beating the shit out of it in the back of the head. Snap its neck? Okay, for that one, I will have you roll just to make sure we can get it done. The difficulty for opposing it's going to be a 7. That is your strength, that is your, I believe, grapple athletics, and your potence all at it. Why is it every time I get on stream, my nose starts getting stuffy? I hate this. I fucking hate this.
4 successes.
4 successes.
His potence does auto successes. Yay!
Well, Miko, you grab it, you snap. You hear the snap. You know, hey, it's dead. Great. So you get up. What do you do now that your Garou's dead?
Jump straight up in the air, maybe about 30 feet, because I'm currently incredibly strong.
Yeah, with your potence, yes.
Yep.
So about 10 feet into the 30 feet, you see that it's kind of like a little dome. And Artemis, you see pink-suited weirdo, pretty much Superman, jump out after snapping the neck of the Garou. You see it, however, it just snaps right back into place and stands back up.
Sick. Ah. Fuck. Not sick. Can I declare a weapon?
Do you have one on you? What all you got? Other than the needle in your chest. Dagger, letter opener, knife in
sidearm.
the knife in your boot. Got it. Okay. So yeah, you pull it out. As you're leaning down to grab your knife out of your boot, you realize something very odd. It's like a ripping sound, and the Garou that just snapped its neck back in place looks like it's splitting in half and separating. And in doing so, it's regrowing each side that has been ripped apart and is becoming 2. Kayla, what was the warning the spirit gave you guys? If you kill a Garou, what happens?
Well, we're gonna get 2 more.
So you watch what was once 1 become 2. It can't see you in this darkness. You can see its nose twitching, it's sniffing, like it's trying to pick you up. What does Artemis smell like in this moment? Like, what have they been around?
You're slushy.
They're probably the blue raspberry slushy.
So you're realizing, at least as a baby kindred, you've realized unless you put scent on, you don't smell like anything. You're scentless. You're a kindred. You're dead. You can't make your own scents anymore. Then it clicks. You're like, shit. And you see both of their heads kind of turn in unison, but instead of going out, they're at each other, like they've locked on to you and they see you. What is your god damn it, what is your dex and athletics rating combined?
Combined dex
Combi- mm-hmm.
5.
The fucking millennial urge of looking death in the face and going, suck. I love this. The millennial urge, making sure each of those there, the cloud, each of the vampire. Okay, so okay. They are going to attempt to hit you. You said you have 5, right? I'm going to add 3 onto that because you are currently within the the shroud. Hey Kayla, could you take your luck back? I don't need this as a storyteller. Um,
Oh no.
so at a difficulty 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 10s, 2 9s, and an 8.
Oh.
So you wave at them, and in your other hand, you do have your dagger, and you go to. How do you go to defend yourself? They're coming at you. Same time, in unison.
Probably trying to back up while slashing forward like, fuck no.
So you get a few of them, you get a few cuts in them. What is your dagger made of? As a storyteller, I've completely forgotten.
It's silver.
Pure silver, there we go. See, perfect. You're smart. You're a rich punk millennial. Every bit of money you have is in this one silver dagger because it's more affordable than a house in this market. Um, um, you're slashing. You can see that they are physically getting hurt by your slashes. They're not healing. Their bleeding is coming out this deep black weird, but at the same time, you're the Sombra. You've gotten used to everything being black in some shape, form, or fashion. I mean, you probably walk around just popping out everything's black in your headphones every now and then. But they manage to get you. They do. I'm sorry, that's 7 successes. They grab and pin you down, and each one of them has an arm, and they're tugging and ripping. Miko, you jumped up. Are you allowing yourself to come straight back down? You come back down. Can you roll me perception and awareness to see what is going on in here? And you have, ironically, a dice penalty
I'm shocked, I tell you. In
because
utter
of the
darkness.
blackness.
I do have like my heightened sense of smell, but and my perfect vision. I don't know if that helps, but
Not for their Shroud of Night. Even those with those
yeah.
suffer a penalty.
Yep. So, what's the difficulty?
7.
Woo! Hold on. Let's go with 2.
You go 2. You come in. You see what you killed has doubled, and whoever this poor person was inside is now being hit by them. These 2 Garou have this poor person by each one of their arms pinned down, and they're not ripping and tearing. Miko has very quickly realized, yes, this is an extremely inexperienced fighter, Garou, pretty much everything. You notice that when it's biting, you can hear the lapping sounds. It's rapidly licking the blood that is coming from this person, almost as if a person is addicted. Would you like Miko to make the conclusion, or you want to make a roll and see if Miko can come to the conclusion?
I mean, Miko thinks these are fucked up puppies, but Hey, can I see where Kayla is with the dagger from here? And
From
the
inside, from inside the Shroud of Blackness, no.
No. Okay. So, the only idea I have is that now that there's 2 of them, it will perfectly balance me if I pick them up by the ankles, hold them out as far as I can either side, and spin incredibly fast until they pass out. With all my strength. It's not lethal. It will give them the brain disease and make them pass out. Helicopter.
I like that. Artemis, something has you in the air spinning. whatever it is that's holding you is not letting go. You can see this poor man, this bright pink-haired or bright blonde-hair, pink-suited man has picked up these Garou. He's realized, you could tell, oh, probably killing him's not a good idea. I'm gonna make him knock out. But I don't think he realized that they haven't let you go yet. You can feel that they're actively drinking your vitae, by the way, by biting into you. It's not quick, it's not fast, but you, in your young experience, has accidentally made a ghoul once or twice with your kind heart, trying to use your blood to help them heal. You know it heals you. You know very quickly they're addicted, and they're using you as their personal fountain. But at the same time, you can see in their eyes, it's not the dizzy spell that's hitting them. It's almost as if somebody is starting to zone out, like that moment before rage completely and utterly takes over. They are not reacting well to your vitae, but they can't stop themselves from drinking your vitae.
I'm being spun. while
Yeah,
this
you're
is
being
going
spun.
down.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. I'm sorry.
Artemis at this point is probably gonna yell out, "Let me the fuck go," and just start trying
Nico,
to
that you can
command
hear.
that.
You can hear someone go, "Let me the fuck go."
I'm really tempted to let go. But that's an awful lot of speed.
I'm gonna let you debate whether you're going to or not. We're gonna go over to Caleb, who is currently hand on the cheek of this Garou while stabbing him in the heart. For anybody who isn't aware, these fights are going on really fast. I'm talking the entire fight, despite how long it's going to take us, is only going to take maybe 15 to 20 seconds. So while it seems like this is a long time, it is just really fast due to the supernatural components within it. So all of that with Artemis D'Amico is taking place in the time that Kayla has agreed pretty much to stab this Garou in the heart. It works, ironically. You know that if you pull that dagger out with what it's made, he's not going to make it. But you can see the black in this boy's fur start to draw itself in. Starting with the tip of the hands, the tip of the ears, the tip of the feet, it goes in. It kind of reminds you like food coloring. You put it in water and watch it go down the drain, or hair dye, or washing blood off, and it swirls, and then it's into the dagger, who goes from a pitch deep dark black to a bright silver.
I'm gonna yell out to the other kindred.
Mhm.
Does anyone have flesh crafting?
Hold on, I'm going through like 12 character sheets in my head real quick. No, nobody has flesh crafting, unfortunately.
After no one answers, I will look at him and I will say, when that comes out, we'll die, most likely.
He looks at you, he goes, I know. I'm not afraid to die.
I take my hand off of his face
Mhm.
and give him a nod and a slight smile. And the only thing I could think to do right now, because this seems really chaotic and I think people need help, and I have some extra phones with me that I was going to hold on to, but I'm going to have to recoup these friends or make new ones. I will take
Okay.
out the phones with the spirits that are attached to them.
Okay. What are you going to get your spirits to help with?
Distractions.
Aimed where? The Garou, Amarantha,
Correct.
who at this point hasn't moved, or these people in an unmarked van?
Actually, these people in that unmarked van, because at least I know what the Garou are, they're shooting
Mhm.
these random things, and I think that's now like, if Amarantha's got them and he's taking care of them, then what are these people doing? So that's where I want to direct to these spirits. I have 4 phones, but I'm only going to use 3. So I'll
Okay.
use the spirit of the young boy, the young woman, and the old man.
Okay. So you pull your hand away and you pull the other one off the dagger. You're seeing that it's working. It seems as if this boy is okay with the outcome. He knows what's going to happen. He's fine with it. You actually realize that the amount of dedication that you have to your father, this Garou has to his mother. For a split second, it's almost like there's kinship, but in a respectful way of, I understand, I get it.
Helping him helps my dad because something that I haven't released to anyone else, and I think I would have a moment where I think about this, is that my dad is also sick.
There you go. So you can see that same look. And Kayla's like, yep. Would Kayla, if the shoes reversed, if it meant that she had a guaranteed chance at saving her dad, if it meant her true death, would she take it?
That's not a question. He wouldn't be here without him. So she's going to support this child in whatever he wants to happen. And part of that is distracting these people.
I love that. Okay. Note it for after session. Got it. You can see the boys doing the same thing. So as you pull out these phones and you go to start commanding their spirits, there is this loud, painful shriek that echoes. Everybody can hear it. It's not coming from the Garou, it's not coming from these unmarked fan, it's not coming from any of you guys. It's coming from the Salubre on the top of the aircraft stairs. And does anybody turn to look at her? Kayla, not Miko. And you're too busy going, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Come on, we need it. You turn around and you see, maybe in doing what you did, gave just enough of an opening for Amarantha to have enough emotions to control her beast again. You know it's worked. You can't see the spirit anymore. She's back in her body. But it's almost like what happened, what her son has done, what he's accepted, and what you've helped him do finally clicks to her. And what looked like a very scary, powerful Methuselah drops to her knees. And there's tears streaming down her face. They don't look bloody. They look like actual tears. You can see the wetness like streaming down her cheeks. They're not bloody. They're not kindred tears. They're actual tears. And at that moment, at that split second where you're releasing the spirits from the phone to go and deal with whoever these marked van people are, there is this powerful roar. I need everybody but Kayla to roll me another courage at a difficulty 10. Kayla, you can hear the roar, but the kinship you have with this beast is stopping your own from panicking. It's like at that split moment, beast recognizes beast, and you know that you are not in harm's way, that they are trying to help you. You have no fear. 1. Did you botch? Please tell me you botched. That would be so funny. Hold on, I gotta look. Because you're not saying anything. I'm laughing. What did you do? No, you failed. So, Miko, you're not going to rush away. You're not going to run away. But you do hard stop the spin for a second. You know that's a dominance roar. There is something happening, and you can feel the Garou that you're holding muscles tense and then relax in the same go. What is your stamina, Artemis?
3.
3? Okay. So you have taken 2 points of health damage from the bites. You're going to take an additional 1 because when he hard stops and whatever this roar was, whatever hits you automatically lets go. So in the middle of you spin me across and you hit the door frame of whatever this is. This large aircraft like warehouse container. And you hit it and then you fall down on your ass. You still have the needle in your chest. You're seeing everything finally. There is this massive, it's no longer 15. This thing's about 20, 30 feet. Garou on all fours, pure white. And every Garou within the vicinity has suddenly stopped, dropped to all fours, and lowered their head.
Ow.
Fucking millennial. I'm sorry. You're playing this so well. Perfect. Ugh. It's not even like too perfect. I feel attacked right now by a character. No. So you say ow, you're sitting there. You're looking around. Kayla, you do get the spirits out. What is your command to them?
Please distract them for me, and if possible, get them away from here. They are dangerous to me. And I'll say that to, I think the little boy is probably always the most. This is a little kid that liked to play a lot of pranks in the family,
Mhm.
and did not get to puberty, if you will.
Mhm.
This child is a spirit that I helped connect with their mother,
Mhm.
and stayed with me because of it. So we play hide and seek sometimes. This kid likes to play hide and seek often, or like to play tag. So I think that in the essence of fun, I would look to that spirit first and say, we have so many people who'd like to play a game with us. Would you please play games with them? Because they're trying to harm me. And to the adults, they would understand.
Okay. So more of like a childlike talk to the child, but more you're giving the older adults kind of that, hey, I really am. Okay. Got you.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see the kid take off excited. Oh, yay, there's more people to play. Um, you go to get up and you realize that the older gentleman is the first to kind of like grab the kid, like, hold on, let me go first, make sure everything's okay. And they get maybe 30 feet from around these vans. And you've seen people purge spirits. You've seen them send them back to wherever they're supposed to be, go, probably utterly destroying. It's like he's walked into, it's like a moth into a bug zapper. He walks into it and then fizzles away. Very quickly, Kayla comes from Europe with her sire. Very quickly, you understand these aren't normal people. You've only seen that once. Maybe early Kindred Knights. That's there's an Inquisitor present.
I would say SI, and I would pick my phones up, and they're
Mhm.
probably like the circuit's like fizzling or whatever because of
Mhm.
that. So now I have to reestablish connections, and I'll pick them all up and put in
Mhm.
my pocket, but I'll say it very loudly to everybody else, SI, and I will point to them.
Okay. Miko, you hear that phrase, your trigger phrase. Artemis, you have no idea what SI means at all. You're kind of sitting there going, hey, an acronym I don't fucking know for once. Sister-in-law? Question mark? Like,
E?
see, see, yeah. Miko, you know that means Second Inquisition, not Hunters, straight Second Inquisition. And suddenly, it clicks. Maybe the hospital you guys collapsed didn't take them down. But since nobody heard anything, you kind of assumed that they were gone. You never looked more into it. And what does Mikoslav say to Miko?
You do know that that was maybe a slight boo-boo. Dripping with sarcasm, like just
Pure sarcasm.
like a sarcasm latte with an extra shot.
Mm-hmm. So, while you guys are there, is anybody gonna help poor Artemis up? They've been flung around. They are currently jabbed in the chest with a needle. They're sitting there. They look pretty fucking rough.
When would we have seen Artemis? Because I'm trying to imagine distance
Right
to
ab-
everything that's happening.
Right about this time, when you turn to look at everybody and say SI, you guys suddenly realize that there's a whole new kindred here. You have no idea. You can tell they're kindred. Your Auspex is still up. I assume Auspex is up until you tell me it's no longer up. So your aura is screaming, hey, that's a kindred. And they're just kind of sitting there going, see?
Is SI between, like, where is the SI in regards
Okay.
to where Artemis is?
So you guys are at the entrance of where a plane should be coming in to dock. The SI is up maybe 90 to 120 feet up on that hill that you guys used to come in. So the only way logically out is going through them or running through what is very thin lit woods around the place. But you kind of guessing if you go into those woods, considering the other Garou pack just came out, that's probably a death wish. The same as running through the SI is a death wish. So it's Amarantha, the Garou, Artemis, Miko's on the other side, you, the white Garou, all the other Garou, then the SI.
I'm gonna go. I'll run to Artemis and try to get to help her up, or him, or them. I'm sorry, we didn't get pronouns for Artemis's character.
Not yet.
Apologies.
Now, Kayla is interacting with Artemis. That isn't spin round, right round by Miko. So Artemis, you are approached by Kayla. I will give you a minute to describe Kayla's appearance now that you and Artemis are interacting, so they get a mental image of what it is that you look like.
Kayla is black femme presenting, big afro, tied up in a bun, glasses, lab coat, light blue turtleneck sweater, slacks, and all the like jewelry are all bones, like some sort of bone, like bone necklace, bone earrings. He has a bone belt and a little notepad. And you noticed she may occasionally, you'll see like a little strap with a line of phones, and they all have things tied to them weirdly. And she will kind of rush over to you and bend down and ask, how bad are your injuries?
Oh, thank God there's a doctor here. They should
My
have
name
one in
is
every fight.
my name is Kayla. Are you okay to stand?
Yeah, I have 2 legs, I think. Yep,
You
2
have your
legs.
2 legs.
She will say having 2 legs is a blessing, yes, and she will reach her hand down and to offer to pick you up.
So when you go to reach out with your arms, your weakness is kicking. The weakness of losing all your vitae, of what is very clearly aggravated wound damage in your shoulders, is making it really hard to move, but you eventually get it up. And you grab Kayla's hand.
Oh boy. 2 legs. Trying to have arms.
What's your name?
Artemis.
Artemis. May I be bold?
Old?
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you clearly you must be like
Dead?
us?
Yeah.
Okay. Then let me give you synopsis. And I will like quickly and briefly in the safest way possible explain who we are, what is happening right now.
Okay.
In a matter of like a minute.
So like split second, Kayla explains to you they are here. They're supposed to be helping this Salubre take over the beast, get her body back, get the fuck out from these Garou. However, the Second Inquisition, which are pretty much think of it as the FBI kicking your door in, and you are a common citizen with no defense, and now they're gonna start bullying and chucking you around while the big ol' attack dogs are ripping your arms off and you have no bodysuit.
But I will also mention Shining Light, possibly ending the disease that is killing Kindred.
There you go.
In assisting with this.
You have no idea what they're talking about.
What you did just then, could you help us?
Oh. You guys want to step through?
We need to at least deal with one side, and currently that's the Garou. Would you be able to do what you did to the Second Inquisition with the smoke? Or whatever that was.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I could do that.
By the way, that's who they are, Second Inquisition. Like, that's who they are. Be careful, don't die, and if you do not, I'm sure that a lot of important people will be happy with you.
I mean, ACAB all the way, man. Let's do it.
I smile when you say that, and I will nod, and I'll turn and head back into whatever this will resort into.
Okay, at this moment, Miko, you go to charge forward. I already know you. You're running for it because charge into fighting. Yeah, I already know you, Miko. I know your character way too fucking well.
No, I had a slightly different plan. I was going to throw enemies at people before I ran at them.
What enemy you gonna throw?
One of these Garou.
Okay. You throw it.
At that Second Inquisition.
You throw him. I mean, he's not getting far. He's able to react and catch himself. He does this really weird bendy body. He grabs onto the ground and into the concrete. You get him maybe 30 feet away, which is still impressive considering everything. But you don't get him to the Inquisitors. That's 90 to 120 feet away from you. You're Billy Badass. You're not that big Billy Badass. I love you.
I can normally throw a car. Like,
A car is not
far.
fighting against you, Miko.
Listen, the important thing is away. The important thing is away from Miko.
You throw it away from Miko. When it does, though, when it does actually catch the ground and stop itself, you realize it's not aggressively attacking. It's confused. You can tell there is a piece of it that is looking at Artemis like it wants to charge back. But there's a piece of it looking at you like it wants to fight. And then there's a piece of it looking at whatever this great white Garou is. And it's fighting itself on what it's trying to do. But in a split, like, before you can react to do something, the white Garou puts a hand on its head, a big ass paw, and squish into the ground. Dead. And in doing so, you see the fur go from this pitch black to what looks like a soft gray, like a gray wolf. And then it's a human body that no longer has a head. Just dead.
Love Game, can I ask a clarifying question? Because a lot's been going on.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, so, if I remember correctly...
Let's hear it.
Goalpost here was put Spirit Lady into body,
Yes.
get her a
To
way
Janet.
to help us with the janiting,
Yes.
and leave all this other bullshit behind.
Correct.
Okay, so now that Miko has feet clear, I need to ask a mechanical above game question,
Go ahead.
given both huge amounts of protein and huge amounts of potence, and a
Okay.
very large crow-shaped body, which is how much can I airlift?
What is your current strength and your potence?
Totaling 9.
Totaling 9.
Without a blood point boost, which I could get it to 10 if I need to.
Okay.
And I
How
am
many-
very athletic.
How many are you trying to airlift out?
Well, that's what I'm trying to above game sort of establish, which is from experience of being a crazy person who would do this kind of shit,
Yes.
probably frequently. Do I think I could carry 2, 3, 1, half?
You could probably, with some struggle, because you're not a gargoyle, so you're not used to flight and carrying. Probably, if you're lucky, take 2 smaller.
Okay. We need. I know. I have a cunning plan. I'll rescue the lady we need.
The Amaranth lady?
Yep.
So you're gonna shift? You're gonna turn around to her first? You're gonna let anybody know the plan? Or are you just gonna go with it?
I'm gonna shout, "I'll get her out of here!" But hold on. I'll get her out of here.
Okay, Count Dracula. Yeah, that's exactly what was in my head.
I realized I just ran straight into Sesame Street there. Just Nico turns around and entirely felt seen at this point. And go, "I'll get her out of here," and leap to then like
when you turn and go, "I'll get her." No one's there.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kayla, where are you currently looking? And Artemis, where are you currently looking?
I envision that where Artemis was thrown, which would make a little bit more comedic sense in my head, is probably right back to the spot against like where she this person emerged in the first place. And so I think I'm right near the doorway, being able to kind of face the outside on one side and the inside on the other. So I have a purview from side area, seeing up the hill, seeing on this area on this side, seeing this way this side, but I'm like right by the building.
Okay, so out of the corner of your eye, you see a blur. It's like something large and white is moving. Do you try to look for it, or are you going to look around? What do you do?
I'll quickly look, wondering if it's a young child, and if it is, I'm gonna look elsewhere to just make sure that they're like protected to do whatever they need to.
The Garou is currently squishing what is very clearly another that would not submit. Kind of, hey, you didn't submit, taking you out. He's there.
I will watch his and Artemis's back. Hold myself, watching to see what's happening with mainly the second one.
Artemis, what are you looking at?
So Artemis would have been looking at Kayla, but would have already been turning towards where the SI was pointed out to be in order to start lining up sight.
Okay, so as you guys turn to look at the Second Inquisition, you hear Miko go, "I'll save her," and he stops, like, in the middle of saying her, like, where the hell? Kayla and Artemis, you see one Inquisition member's body go flying, another go flying. One of these trucks get lifted into the air, like somebody has flipped a table rolling down the hill at what is another member that was running towards you guys. as if getting ready to attack you. Oddly, it's weird. You want to say that what they're carrying is a riot shield, but it has like a religious like feel to it. It's not what you would expect from, say, the police would use, to like control a riot or an outburst. It looks like it is made out of a thin silver with some white in it. You can see what is very clear a cross on it charging down, but he doesn't get far. This vehicle that was flung rolls down and then crush, and it keeps rolling, and if he ain't dead, he ain't happy. But it's a blur after blur of bodies being flung and cars being flung.
I would like to try to help Artemis at this time.
Okay, what you gonna do?
I do have medicine. I wouldn't be able to use a specialty, but I do have medicine
Okay.
5. I'd like to try to take this thing out if Artemis will allow me.
Okay. Do you allow Kayla to take it out?
Are you going to warn Artemis that this is what you are doing?
I would look at you and I would say, I think everything else might be taken care of. I'd like to help you if you'd allow me.
Are you an actual doctor?
Genetic
I
doctor,
hear the
yes.
PTSD in your voice.
But I am a doctor. And I have done stuff like this before.
Okay. If you kill me, I'm haunting your ass.
Luckily, I'm a necromancer. And I will grab it and I will try to ascertain if I can pull this out without, like, if I should either pull it out or push it further in with, like, whatever I can do to not damage.
Perception and awareness. Difficulty 8. You can pick before or after you grab it. There is a big difference.
Before. I got 4 successes.
Okay. Pulling it out is doable, but you're going to have to take your time in doing it. When you go to grab it and go to pull it, you realize that it is in fact very clearly a knitting needle. It's going to have that hook at the end. It's meant for weaving in and out. It's embedded into the chest bone. And on the other side of that, it's going to be lungs and muscle. And while necessarily they don't need them, you can tell that it looks like it is made to cause an immense amount of damage just to get it out. This person has already got 2 Garou bites plus that and has been flung around. Logically speaking, you shouldn't touch it until they at least manage to get some type of health back, because you can't tell if this person is close to torpor or worse.
After looking at this, we should wait. Don't move it yourself. We're going to need to make sure that you have blood around. So be careful.
Doctor's orders. Got it. Cool new piercing.
Cool new piercing. Love you guys. You, at this point, everything gets really eerily silent. There's no more screams, yells, growls, barks, flips of car. Everything's just silent. For a moment, you can hear the crickets chirping. You can hear the creak of a chain inside the warehouse moving back and forth. And then a thud. A heavy, hard thud. One by one, you see each and every Garou present stand, almost like they're in a daze, look around, and they start parting. So the ones who showed up secondly are almost like in a daze, almost in a trance. They're walking away. They're walking back from the way that they originally charged. The other ones, Kayla, you notice, were actually technically never there. The ones with the 6 arms slowly fall, fade, and they're dead children. As sad as that sounds. Very quickly, because you have researched Jack the Ripper before coming here, every woman that was killed was pregnant, and you now realize why. They were harvesting children to force into Metis, to turn into Garou, to be fully to force through their Metis under very extreme conditions to become these very corrupt forms of a Garou. They're there, and then their bodies dissolve, and you can see what are children looking at you going, like, they're not upset, they don't look pained, they don't look hurt, they just kind of look like a group of kids that at this entire time were just thinking that it was all one game. There's a few that wave, there's one that goes, thanks for playing with us, it was a lot of fun, and then they fade off. The last one to fall is the big white one. And it's the thud sound of it hitting its knees. Then it falls forward, and it's no longer a Garou. It is the boy you left in your haven.
I run over.
Okay. It is clear that the veins that they're bleeding, you're used to black. It was originally black. It's pouring out almost silver-like. And you just kind of see him look at you. He goes, okay, now go get Mom. Okay, make sure she keeps her word. We can't break words. We promised the cold man we wouldn't break our word. She has to go save Janet. I know where Janet is. And as he is very clearly taking his final breath, he whispers to you a location.
I will say thank you, and I will give him, as best as I can, a comforting like caress on his face. And once he's done, close his eyes.
So he does. He takes your hand and puts it on the dagger before he passes, as if telling you, please take it. And once you do pull it out, that's when the final breath is there. And it is almost like the kid was never alive, as if everything was reanimated. With your 5 medicine and your spirit connection, this boy has been dead a very, very, very long time. That whatever the sickness was the only thing keeping him alive anymore. And with it gone, with him being cured, there's nothing left to animate him.
Before I look for Amarantha, look, see where Miko is.
Miko, where are you at?
I mean, a lot of dramatic stuff's been happening. I've probably not moved.
So Miko at this point is roughly maybe 15, 16 feet away.
Does Miko look different at all?
Ooh, from what you can tell, what used to be black veins on his neck are now pure silver. The same silver that is now coating your hand.
I go get Amaranthia.
You go to stand up, and it's a soft movement. It's almost surreal with how angry this woman has been, with how aggressive it has, soaked in blood. just to her knees and then looks down. And she's staring at this child. And it's the same human tears that are clearing her cheeks. And she's just staring, and she goes, I really just am the angel of death, aren't I?
You're also a mother. You can't be one without the other.
She just, everything I love dies. And she looks down and she picks this kid up, like zero effort, and is holding him. And she turns around and she looks at Miko and she goes, Can you carry him back to the van? I'm not leaving him here. She walks up and she puts this kid in your arms, and even with your potence, this kid is pretty freaking hefty, actually. And then she turns around and she looks at Artemis and she goes, Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were here. And she kind of like looks down a little bit, and this woman's like 7 feet tall, pure, what's supposed to be naked, but now completely covered in blood, long black hair, tears are streaming her cheeks and is kind of clearing her face. And she walks up to you, she goes, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Here, let me heal you. And she touches you, oddly enough, what should be extremely painful to heal and should take blood points and probably multiple nights of sleeping, is slowly stitching your skin back together. It's at least enough to take away 2 points of your aggravated damage out of the 4 you have in total. She goes, yeah, there you go. That should do you better. And then she stands there, like, she's not staring at Artemis, she's staring through Artemis, almost like she can't see them. About this point in time, Adeline comes down from where she parked the van and she just looks around. She goes, what the fuck party did I miss?
Please give us a moment, Adeline. She just lost her children.
Oh, she kind of looks and she looks at the tall woman. She goes, is that the spirit thing? Oh. She stares at Miko, who's carrying a child, and just, and she's being very quiet, but she gestures Miko to come on. She'll take you back to where the car is. And once you two are slightly off, she looks at you and she goes, do we need to, like, silver chain? Or, dude, what happened?
I don't.
Big stuff.
I was gone for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's something to be quiet and respectful.
Dude, what happened?
We'll go into it later. We'll walk you
Okay.
through it.
Okay. Who's the new person?
I have no idea, but they turned up like just in time.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'm gonna go get the car and pull it a little bit closer. Word of advice? If she just lost all of her kids, she's not all there. Do we want to, like, wait a day before we go after Janet? Do we want to take ground? Like,
I think we have to figure that out once they catch up. Let them make that decision, together, not just the Miko.
as a mother who's lost a kid, that takes a long time to catch back up.
Yes, and we don't have a long time to catch Janet, so, but giving space will hopefully help. So we give them the minute, and Caleb, very empathetic, very good human person.
Do we snap the neck of this new person? Just
No violence. The violence is done, and this is me saying the violence is done, so the violence is properly done. Done. Nada. No little bunny rabbits, no aha. None.
Okay. Do you want me to call
None.
the cleaning crew to come pick up the...
Actually, that's probably a good idea.
Got it. So I'm going to call the Zemies while I go. Okay.
People with the shovels, yes.
Yeah. And you see her kind of turn around. She's calling, and she just really quickly just, yeah, boss. Well, free body parts. Just walking off, like kind of like low about it. And as she's walking by the Inquisition member, she goes, and probably some free Inquisition shit too. Damn. Talk about pancakes. Now I'm hungry. And just keeps walking.
I will carry the body to the van to keep it neat,
Okay.
tidy, and
So, Kayla, Artemis, and the Yakuza are the only ones there. About this point in time, the massive Artemis, you did not meet them. You are now. There is roughly a 27-foot tall, what appears to be Dragonkin, who just kind of grows out of the dirt as if he was a part of it. Kayla, you've met them. This is Mr. Coterie. And he just kind of stops and he looks down and he growls something. And then Aki, who is still sitting there holding her arm, where the vines had originally grown out of, that took quite a bit of beating, is just... He says, the other one ran. They're upstate, hiding. Ow!
The Second Inquisition.
No, our friend Lucian. The gargoyle.
I was wondering what happened.
And
We'll
there's
have
a
to
bunch
catch
of...
up to Lucian later.
There's grumbling and growling. Clearly he's speaking. She can't understand it. Goes, no, I don't know when it started fighting. The boy started fighting. He lost slip and panicked and ran, and Coterie went after him to try and bring him back, but the gargoyle was refusing, saying it's just like the tower again. So he tucked him away upstate, and he's sitting there safely for now. Do me a favor if you can. You got any sewing needle on you?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't have sewing needles, but I do have, and I will pull out like the thread that I normally have. I might have something. I don't know if it would be a sewing needle, but something similar. And I'd just be like, hey, and it's probably a little bigger than it should be, but
Oh, cool.
it's sharp
Can
and
you
it will work.
Cool. You're gonna stitch my arm together. And she reaches up to your shoulder where the knit is that was jammed in yours and kind of just rips out. She just rips it out of you. You take a point of aggravated damage with the amount of pain and ripping and tearing it causes. She goes, that's just us calling it even because this isn't healing for a few nights. Ow. And she drops it and you hear a ding 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 as it hits the concrete. She goes, please, for the love of Lilith, sew my arm together. This hurts.
You know what? Sure. And I don't even. I at first I'm like, what? But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Sure. And I will try to stitch the arm back together.
So you tuck in the vines because her muscles aren't muscles. It looks viney, as if she's a plant-like creature, at least in that arm. You kind of tuck them in and you use what is clearly not the appropriate tools for this job. But hey, it's Kindred. They're getting used to it and the overly thick thread. And you manage to at least get to where the flesh is holding itself together, so she's not having to grip her arm and become completely defenseless. And she lets it hang there after you get it done. She goes, that sucked. Note to self, vines wrapped around a Garou still take damage.
There is some blood further up the hill before the cleaning crew comes if you need a bite.
Oh, oh, you're a Naharaga. You're not gonna judge me. I'm a leech. I can't drink human blood. I have to drink other kindred blood or I physically get sick. So I'll just wait until we get back and then I'll go suck on Tootsie's neck.
Doesn't matter whose blood.
Oh, no, just kindred in general. Kindred's kindred.
Well, I could give you some of mine. I mean, if you're not gonna have anything to do with those bodies, I could use a snack. A little famished.
Oh, hey, if you're willing, yeah, yeah. She kind of looks at you. She goes, I don't have fangs, so you're gonna have to bite your own wrist.
Oh, I use my razor sharp shark looking teeth and just like
Yeah.
nick my wrist, and I
So
will give.
you guys are watching, uh, or you catch a glimpse as you're walking away, Miko, Kayla feeding Aki the pentacle. Of course, that's where your mind's going. Poor Miko. Love Miko. You, scamp you. She will take 5 blood points in total away from you. That's enough to heal 1 point of aggravated damage for her, or at least get the process started. Artemis, this woman, is still just standing there, staring through you. But she has managed to heal your wounds. Kayla, roll a d10 and let me know the result in above game chat. And that's how many blood points you can get back from eating body parts. What do you do, Artemis?
Once the damage is healed up,
Mhm.
Artemis is gonna clock in just kind of how that look of farness is,
Mhm.
and gently reach out to put their hand on their shoulders. Hey,
So you reach up.
come back.
How tall is Artemis?
5, 8 with boots on.
5'8" with boots on. You touch them, and it takes her a second, but she hard blinks, and you can see the distant look start to come back. And then this tall woman hits her knees, and then she's just leaning into Artemis, crying. Not a soft cry, like a hard, fully break down, wanting to scream cry. When she wraps around your hips, it feels crushing. You can physically feel your bones straining not to break. And she's just crying. She's sobbing. She's speaking in a language you have no idea of. It sounds old. It sounds oddly animalistic. She's crying.
Artemis is gonna just kind of like grit their teeth through that feeling of their bones, because now's not the time, and just continue to try to quiet comfort and be like, "Hey, we're gonna have to get out of here, but it's okay. You take as much time as you need."
You're muted.
With a little skip after that. Everybody is eating, cleaning up, getting the kids back to the base. Sorry, I was blowing my nose. You guys are in the van and you're driving. Kayla, you've given Adeline the address, I assume, or the location.
Yes. Yes.
And in the back of this van, you can see Amarantha. She's sitting there and she has her son's head in her lap and she's playing with his hair. It really does look like a mother who is just playing with her sleeping child, almost like she hasn't really come to terms with that he's gone.
I wouldn't have left her by herself after the exchange. I think after healing, I would have been sitting right next to her on one side. And I imagine whoever was the most empathetic would be sitting right next to her on the other side.
I'm safely assuming that everybody, for the most part, is in the back with her, not wanting to leave this woman alone. So you guys are in the back with her, you see it happening, and she's just staring blankly. And she just goes, eventually, maybe like 5 minutes before you guys pull up to where you're supposed to be, she just, promise me you guys will make sure they don't kill Janet.
I look at everyone else to kind of gauge their expressions because while I would like to say that, we're with some very powerful kindred in this car that are in charge a bit more than us. to make those types of decisions.
You can see the ones who were very clearly supposed to be the sheriff and one of the pentacles. They're just kind of like, they're not like, they're like, we don't hear anything, nothing happened, we're not here, we're simply, oh look, night sky, Jersey sucks.
I will look at her and I will say, with the current company who can and cannot be a part of whatever it is that's happening today, I will do what I can as much as we all and do my best. And what I mean when I say that is I understand your child. I too would have done the same for my parent, if that means anything.
With that, she kind of looks up. She goes, don't put your parent through that.
I hope that I won't have to.
I hope you don't have to either. You seem like a good woman. And she kind of looks at Miko and she goes, thank you for carrying him. You're a good man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I'd certainly try.
She turns around and look at Artemis. She goes, I have no idea who you are, but you helped, so thank you. And at that time, you hear Adeline in the front go, oh shit. And the car stops. She leans back. She goes, guys, the prince is here. The prince. Like, Queen is here. Janet and them are outside. And when Adeline says that, the back doors of the van are open and Amarantha's gone.
I would sigh. I would look at all of them and then I would step out of the van.
That's probably a bad sign, right?
So, Miko, Artemis, do you guys get out or are you going to stay in?
Climb out, but use the back door of the van as kind of like a privacy screen to look around. Like,
Artemis is gonna sneak out behind and kind of just.
Okay, so you two
I
are
don't know
kind
what
of
we're doing.
peeking. Kayla and Miko, you both have seen the person who is standing with Janet. Miko, you have actually sat and talked with Queen Clarabelle quite a few times. She's there with Janet. There is this abnormally long and bright gold sword held towards her, as if she's getting ready to kill her, but Janet's not fighting. She's standing there, almost kneeled, like she's fine with what's going to happen. And then Amarantha's standing before her, and you can see you can hear, my bad, you can hear there's a slight speak back and forth. Miko has been in the city long enough and been around enough Lilin to know that there is Sumerian being really quickly flung back and forth speaking. Kayla, this is the woman who declared the blood hunt standing in front of Janet. No one else that you can see. Actually, you still have Auspex on. Perception and awareness at a difficulty 10. And this is a contested roll. So you will have to roll more than what this person is rolling. And I'm going to use the same dice pool that I know they had when I had to peek them. So how many did you make?
I rolled 3 crits and a 7.
3 crits and a 7. Do you what is your perception specialty? Because I know that you have one.
Actually, I only have 3 in perception.
Which one was it? You don't have anything in awareness, do you?
No, it's a 3 in awareness as well.
Okay, so
Oh.
6. No, you don't see it. Okay. And there's a split second where you see a hesitation of this tall, covered in blood Salubre, like she's going to hit the shorter, much shorter, by like 3.5 feet shorter than her woman. For those unaware, there is this 5 foot tall, maybe 250, 300 pound, pale white, covered in freckled skin lady. She is wearing a black pair of dress slacks. She's not wearing any shoes. Her nails on her feet almost look like talons. There's a slight bruising around the nail beds. She has these really tall black horns on her head. And you see her kind of tilt her head, and the sword is pulled back. All it takes is a swipe, and Janet's poor head's probably going to be rolling. And then you see her hand slowly lower the dagger. She says something, and the dagger kind of like combusts into strands of light that vanish. And you see her look down at Janet and go, "Is that true?" And Janet just, "Yes. But that doesn't change the fact that I messed up. It's still my fault. I could have done better." And she looks past everybody and she looks at Kayla and Miko and Artemis and everybody else, and she goes, "And you were the ones that were helping her?"
Yes, to rectify whatever this was that was going on, specifically to find help with the cure.
"What cure?"
For the sickness that is afflicting Kindred.
"Oh." And she's kind of looking at this woman, and there's Sumerian being flung back and forth again. And then she looks back and she goes, "And you vouch for that Janet was in no wrong? That it was all a misunderstanding?"
We honestly were thrown in the midst of this, and to my understanding, yes.
She does cut you off. When you go in the mist, she goes, "It's a yes or no."
Yes.
And she looks at Miko and she goes, "And you, Miko?" And there's that look of like she's trusting you the same way she did in the pit for advice.
What Kayla said.
And then she looks at Artemis for a second. She tilts her head. She goes, "Well, you're not one of mine."
Miko immediately feels a sense of pride and fondness.
Just, I love it. I love it. That's adorable. She goes, "Okay." And then you hear for a split second, her voice gets a little bit loud. It's very dominating and demanding. She goes, "Koro, I know you're in the back of the truck. Arrest this lady." And there's a... And to Artemis and Kayla, you hear a slur of Japanese words. To Miko, you hear, "Seriously, fucking Auspex, I hate it. The next motherfucker I find with Auspex, I'm gapping their fucking eyes out of their head. I'm tired of this." And he gets out, and he looks kind of nervous, and he steps around, and she goes, "I know you're in there. I know Aki's in there, and Hinata's in there. I can smell you guys. You smell of arrogance and annoyance. Fucking roses." And there's a slur of Japanese coming from him again. And Miko can hear, "Oh, fucking roses. Fucking jesters. Can't stand you broken mirrored ass bitches. Fucking swords. You discount second-rate bloodline venture. Y'all are the part of the bloodline that no one wants to be the king. Asshole." And you can tell... Fucking Miko's dead. You can tell. He just spit take. Oh my god. He just spit his coffee up. Do you need to go clean your coffee up?
No. I was Miko is just like, I don't want to be in the middle of this. I don't want to be in the middle of this. I don't want to be in the middle of this.
So at this point, it's funny and hilarious because you guys hear the prince reply back in Japanese, and Miko can hear her go, "You know, I can understand you," and you watch a kindred go from the beautiful copper tone of his Asian skin to pure fucking white as he stares at her like, "Oh, you can understand." And he scratches the back of his head and he walks up and he kind of grabs Amaranth by the arms and, "Sorry, lady, you're, yeah. Okay, anywho, back to New York we go. Fuck. And he's walking off with Amarantha, who's not fighting. She's willingly leaving. And you can see her quickly glance at Kayla, kind of like, "Don't say anything about what's in the van. Don't." Just that head shake of, "Don't do it." And then Clarabelle turns to...
I nod back to her.
Clarabelle turns to the three of you and goes, "Well, I guess technically you three completed the blood hunt. But seeing as she wasn't killed and things were rectified, I guess we could each owe you something. So what is the thing each one of you would like? We don't do IOUs. You pick now or you just don't get it."
I know what I would like, but I'll allow my comrades to go first.
He's making sure he's pointing to the right one. Just... I don't have all night.
Place to stay.
Okay. And she reaches into her breast, like she reaches into her shirt, pulls out, she hands you 3 silver coins. She goes, "Well, if you go to New York City, take this to Elysium, you'll get 3 night stays, food, and everything within Elysium."
I will nod over to you and just say, and then you can stay with me in the meantime if you would like, because you helped us. Miko?
Miko did not exactly have huge wish list, but I would love to not be the sick.
Are you infected?
Yes, last I checked. Very extremification of the infectification.
Okay. Best we could do is take you to Anton and do an experimental treatment if you'll meet me there before sunrise. It was something I picked up in Europe. One of the people from Romania is experimenting. There's there's advancements in it. We could try it. That's about all I could do.
Sure.
Okay. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
About that, you might be better off than you realize, Miko. Have you checked your veins recently?
No, why?
Please check. They were black before.
They're pure silver.
Okay, I know I love disco, but that's very silly. Who is the practical jokey joke with the chemistry?
Miko, could you check your strength for me?
Man, I guess.
Sidebar above table. I know I'm also putting Miko on the spot because this is in front of
Miko, how are you going to test your strength, my dear?
Fuck it. I look at my darling femme friend who owns the van.
Adeline looks at you. "If you fucking hit me, I'm decking you back. I'm taking your fucking fangs. You better make this hit worth it. Go."
Never mind then. I was going to ask if I could borrow your car handle thingy over there, but...
You're not fucking breaking my van. The fuck's wrong with you, Miko?
I mean, you got a tire iron?
I'm gonna fucking punch you in the back of the head. Yeah, it's in the back of the van, underneath the fucking...
Thank you. Aggressive.
Fuck, it's just a fucking stupid ass. How the fuck you ever ran a country I don't know? No wonder it's in the ground. That's where it belongs, with you running it. You're worse than the... Therapist said, learn to control my anger. The beast says to take your fucking fangs and turn them into play toys. Get the fucking iron.
Glancing at them and back at Clarabelle as this conversation is happening to see how Clarabelle is reacting to this.
Clarabelle looks unfazed. Absolutely unfazed, as if this is the most normal thing about this entire fucking night. Just men. Like, she's looking at the two of you like, men. It's that look of just, I'm done. Like, done. But she ends up crossing her arms over and she's just kind of staring at Miko. Miko! Can you roll me your strength plus your athletics plus your potence and add 10 to your dice pool?
Sure. Hold on. That's a lot
Your
more math than I was
difficulty-
mathing previously. Hold on.
Your difficulty for the little tyrant iron is just a base of 6.
11 successes.
You grab the tyrant iron, and before you process what it is you're going to do, you grip it, you can hear the metal crunching in your hand, and then when you bend it, it's not a bend break, it's a clear snap break. Just... You push it back together, and you're physically, like, squishing it together, like making it flat, and it's not really working. And the more you're gripping, and the more you're panicking. It's not. When you're putting it back together, it's just flattening at the ends. The more you drive it together, it's like you're taking two melting pieces of metal and just trying to push them together, but it's just not sticking.
Sorry?
Adeline just looks at you and goes, you owe me a fucking crowbar. You dickhead. Breaking my shit. First you broke my heart, then you broke my trust. Now you're breaking my tyrant iron.
It's okay, you broke my dick.
You're the worst boyfriend ever.
I don't mean to interject you
I'm a
two,
boyfriend.
but Miko, it seems as though you might not need to be asking for help with a cure.
Apparently.
It's just, Claire's kind of looking at you and she goes, okay, I mean, my husband can do that with, like, a car and a steel beam, but, I mean, could you not do that before?
Well, I used to-ish. Then, like, got sick and, like, I can barely stand. I am the Miko.
So you're just back to normal. Got it. And you,
Yes.
Kayla, what do you want?
Yes.
There are 3 humans I'd like to kill. Well, 2 of them, and one I would like to be a ghoul.
Are they within my domain?
Yes, they actually were my murderers or responsible for my murder until my sire decided to save me. They were 3 young teens that used the money that they took from people while they were young to build an empire. So ghouling one of them would add their currency to our net worth as kindred. And I would like to bring back one so my father would have a body for a little while, since he was taken away from me the same day by these same gentlemen.
You see her kind of debating this one. She's like, well, I can't say yes because they haven't broken laws within the city. However, if the rods were to uncover some form of corruption, I can see it as justice for declaring that they are unfit and can be killed or tracked down or whatever the case needs to be. If
they do run criminal enterprises.
If you get my
the money
drift.
they've used was from people. Yes.
So Thank you. I'm going to do is find that proof, and then a rod will be in touch with you. If it turns out the information you have is true, then it will be your responsibility to deal with them as you see fit, since they did you wrong.
I've been thinking about this since my death. I know exactly how I'd like to exact my revenge. Thank you.
Of course, of course. See, I love when a girl gets it. So, Elysium with all of you, get back. You're in a domain that you really should not be in, and I'm pretty sure none of you have checked in with the prince here. So if anybody asks, you were never here. And she kind of looks at Adeline, like leans over, and Adeline goes, fuck you. Fuck Iron Clan. Fuck every one of y'all. And Claire just looks at Miko. Yeah, I can see why you two are dating. And she turns around, just goes to walk, and then it's like she just vanishes in thin air. Your aspect picks nothing up.
I think we should all recoup. Iron Tower, folks?
I think Elysium is a good idea. Yes.
Just Adeline, are we taking the new kid?
Absolutely. That is my new roommate, so they will be.
Hey,
they will
new
be with
kid,
us.
what's your name? Before you get in my van a second time.
Artemis. Thanks for
Hey.
the ride.
Of course. I'm sorry, it's just my piece of shit, but I love my piece of shit.
I don't even have a piece of shit, so it's an upgrade.
Hey! See, okay. I like them. Miko,
Me too.
they're cool. They're cooler than you.
But
get the fuck in the van.
Before we get in the van, I put my hand on Miko's shoulder and look at Miko and look at the veins. And then I will smile and say, please tell us as soon as you feel different. But I'm happy that you're better.
I mean, I will definitely be keeping you informed because I was not expecting to have disco in my veins. I mean, I have disco in my veins, but
she laughs, but then she sheds because we got to be dramatic here, so she sheds a blood tear and tries to like turn and hide it. And then she says, not looking at you, yes, well, we must get in the van, and she will walk without facing you.
most goth handkerchief.
For real. I love it.
So dark. I'm La Sombra, can't you tell?
Love it. So we're going to do another skip for this session. This will be the last skip we do. You guys get to Elysium. Artemis, you spend 3 days there, and eventually you do go move in with Kayla, who is perfectly fine with you being there. She lives a little bit up in the more fancy side of town. But she is closer to the graveyards and the hospitals, so a person like you is definitely going to blend in. Plenty of shadows. Miko, you get back home. You're on your ship. It's so quiet. Adeline's not there. Kadia's been sleeping a lot more. Kadia, matter of fact, when you go looking for her, is not there. And doesn't seem like she's been there for a good bit. You ask around the crew on the ship. Nobody's seen Kadia at this point in 4.5 days. So they haven't seen her since before you left to go deal with Janet. But you guys are called in to Elysium 72 hours later. You receive the letter straight from the Prince, Potter, himself.
Totally will be there. Not a fucking chance of missing that. Oh my fucking god, that terrifying reputation. Let's go. Quick question though. How have my crew reacted to the change in flavor?
The change in flavor? As in feeding from you? The silver fanes? How have you fed them within those 3 days? Okay, so you've re-ghouled them. They seem fine.
Have they stopped being all...
Are you stripping down your crew to check? Okay, Miko checks down. They too start growing silver veins. So the message comes. You guys have to go. I will discuss more with you after game on what that does.
Carefully picks up tube of silver body paint and ostensibly places in pocket in an obvious position.
You guys are summoned to Elysium by Prince Potter. It is 3 days, and it is you three with Adeline specifically. Miko, would you have gone before sunset to visit Anton, or do you decide to skip after the silver veins and what you managed to do? 3 days prior, would you have gone or stayed?
All right. I would have gone to see Anton. You don't disrespect Anton. That's unwise.
Okay. We'll discuss that above game 2, or we can do that downtime roleplay where you go back. You guys show up. Elysium seems a little empty in Conventus. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of people there. But Potter's not the one there. It is Clarabelle with Janet. She's kind of looking at you guys like, oh, you gonna come over, or are you just gonna stand there?
Oh, I'll go over. There's not a hesitation. As soon as I see both of them, I will go over and greet them with a nod.
Artemis is going to follow right behind Kayla like a little shadow.
The shadow being a shadow. I love it. Miko?
And Miko will wait for them to have a little bit more distance in case, explosions, evil, ghosts, wolves, dynamite, Second Inquisition happens. So there's a little bit of they don't get us all in one giant explosion. Because that's kind of been the theme of the last couple of months of my life.
So you all eventually get close to Clarabelle, and she stops and she goes, thank you guys for coming. You've never seen me here. I'd like to make that clear. I am not going to have my husband mind wipe you all, because I'm going to trust you. I'm going to give a little bit of faith. I was never here, and you never found Janet. Nothing that happened in this last week ever happened. Do you understand?
I nod.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was really high and fell asleep.
I brought you guys here because I want to personally thank you for saving my sister. And she kind of nudges Janet a little bit. She goes, I know she's fucked up quite a bit, but I think she finally learned to stop running from her problems. And she nudges Janet again. She's like, right? And Janet goes, yeah, I guess so. I'll do better at confronting when I mess up. And you just kind of see Claire chuckle a little bit. She goes, there we go. That's the big scary bitch that I remember entering New York and seeing. No, seriously, thank you guys. Having to declare that hunt on her tore me apart. And I was scared somebody else was going to get to her before I did. But you guys did good. And the Pentacles told me how you guys helped and everything. So thank you. You saved an innocent woman, and you uncovered the truth. And that is worth a lot. So, I did promise whoever brought her in would get her powers. However, that is not something I can do. She has been found innocent by all the Thanes of New York, by the Primogen from the Camarilla, and even the Archbishop found her innocent for all that she did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer something special, and once it happens, you can't tell anybody how we've done it is to remain a secret, but we're gonna let the pentacles give you a you get to pick and choose who you want to eat, and you're gonna be able to do it. So above game, the pentacles can commit ritual diabre. They have quite a few people that they have stored up. Kindred who've come that wanted to die but had no heirs to give their powers to, or people that have broken the laws, so on and so forth. So post session, I will get a list of people, and you can pick, and then from whoever you want, and you will eat them, and then I will give you the stats that you come from it. You don't, doing this, however, you don't get generation lowers, you just get powers. So it's still getting something pretty cool. And then she looks at you, Kayla, and she goes, "Can I talk to you separately?"
Yes.
Okay.
And whenever you'd like.
Okay. And she kind of looks at Artemis. She goes, "It's nice to meet you and welcome to New York. I'm sorry this is how you got introduced, but would you like to stay?"
Yes, please. It's not Jersey.
Oh God, yeah. No. Ew, why would anybody want to stay in Jersey? I don't know. Those cam fucks can keep that
Kayla
place.
nods in agreement.
Can I ask, what is Jersey?
That shit place that you were at where all the bad things happen.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was a type of cow.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's the Jersey cow, but we're not talking about your mom. Anywho, she looks at Artemis. She goes, "Well, then I will figure this out, get you to stay a little bit, unless," and she kind of looks at Kayla. "I know she's staying, or they're staying with you. Would you like to continue keeping them? You know, teaching the
I could
ropes,
take
maybe?"
house.
Okay. There you go.
Absolutely.
So, Artemis, dear, you will stay with Kayla for a bit, and I will send one of the swords to come talk to you and figure out who and what you are. You're not like a newly embraced, are you? Like, you know what the masquerade and stuff is.
But yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I can't tell you how many new fledglings have been rushing into the city. Oh! Thank Lilith. Thank Cain. Fuck God. Anywho, appreciate it. But yeah, so you guys go hang out for a second, talk to Janet or something. I don't know. Touch her muscles, I guess. I don't know. And she puts a hand on Kayla's back and pulls her over to a pit. Inside the pit,
Oh, yep.
she reaches into this bag that is at her side. It's what you would expect a shoulder bag from like the early 2000s. Those blue jean bags that you see all the students carry. She reaches in and she pulls out what is a bundle maybe this big. It's wrapped in fur. And a note. She hands it to you and she goes, "This is from Amaranth. She chose to electively be murdered. She chose her own death. When she died, she did say that she realizes that she had made a deal, but she says she hopes that the letter explains why she went against it."
I would look at Clarabelle. I would not hold my hand out for item and the letter.
So she hands you the item. It has a bit of weight to it, ironically. She goes, "Would you like me to step out?"
No, you don't have to.
Okay. Good, because I'm
If
really
you'd like
curious.
to stay, you could.
Good, because I'm really curious on what the fuck she gave you, because I've only ever seen me be able to do that with daggers and swords, and whatever the package was, she kind of just summoned. And okay, look, I'm a witch, mystic. That's my jam. I'm curious and I want to know, so I'm gonna rubberneck my way in here and yeah. And she kind of like sits down next to you, just kind of like tapping her talons together, and it sounds like two pieces of iron, just ting 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 ting. She's like,
I will open the package first.
okay. So when you open the package, It's the daggers. The one that Amarantha was holding and the one that you plunged through her son's chest. One of them is pure white now, the other is pure black, but you realize that they're both completed now, that they've been put together. So the gems that were missing in them are together. The gem in the dagger that she held, those two missing that you would have assumed were blue, are two brown. Beautiful brown earthy gems. And in the one that's missing the single gem is the single red that looked like the color of her third eye. And they're together again.
I think I would then. It's making me tear up. I think I would then read the letter.
So when you open the letter, the handwriting's questionable, but doctor, scientist, you're used to questionable handwritings. It's from Amarantha's point of view, and to summarize, she explains that she understands that her last action is still being wrong because she's breaking her deal. But she hopes that you understand that this time why she did it. That being locked up when she did, she realized that all of the bad things that's happened around her has been because of her, because she's never been able to make the right choice in her life. She's always done what's quick and easy to get her way, and that she admits that that's what she did with you. That she's seen you as a means to quickly get her body back so that she could run away again. Like, she had no intention of staying. And that she hopes that this is the final act where she can actually do right. That giving herself to you wouldn't do you any harm, because she knows how selfish she is and how corrupt she is. And she knows that deep down, the minute you try, all she's going to want to do is take you over so that there's a new body that nobody would question. And she could just continue like she has been for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. And that she's going to ask that they execute her. So you can tell that this letter was written before it happened. That she hopes that this is actually the right choice for once, because she has done so much wrong. That she wasn't able to help her grandpa, and because of that, he's probably locked away in pain forever in his tomb. And she wasn't able to help her grandmother, who probably was killed by her great grandfather at this point. Like, she never got to help any of them. And in the end, she wasn't able to help her kid. That she so desperately wanted to hold on to being a mother that when she fed her baby Garou her blood, it tainted him. That from the start he was doomed. And that she knew that, but she was trying to fight that dark fate. She wanted it to not be true. She asks you for one last favor, and she hopes that leaving you with her artifacts, one was gifted to her by her grandsire, and the name Cain is there, and her grandmother, Lilith, that this was made as a way to combat the beast, as a way to be able to help unlock, should he come back, it will be able to help. But the last favor she asks of you is to ensure that her son's body is taken to Central Park and that they give him a proper burial. That he's never been a part of a pack, but just because he was fucked up and she made the wrong choice doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve to have a proper burial. And you can see slight pink stains, the faintest pink stains at the bottom that are very clearly tears.
I think that I would have actually read this letter out loud. And
Mhm.
then after reading it out loud, I would have taken a second and I would have looked at Clarabelle and I would have said, we didn't necessarily lie, but his body was in the back seat of the car when we left. We're trying to figure out the best way to honor his memory because he is dead. Now we know what she wanted. So apologies, that must have slipped. A lot happened. We're more concerned with her emotion.
Mhm. She just
honestly.
smiles. She goes, "Hey, a girl's gotta have a secret, right?" I'm not
I
upset.
would be hesitant to find out about your secrets.
Oh, baby, you don't want to know mine. Um, you know what? I am. If you can get the body here, I will call in a favor that I have some for somebody, and I'll make sure he gets buried in Central Park.
You placed these daggers in my possession, but now after reading this out loud, you know what they are for.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask, I keep these in my possession with that knowledge that you know.
They were given to you. They're yours.
You are a generous prince.
She smiles and she stands up. She looks at you, and there's this silence, and she goes, "Well, if my grandbaby wanted to give it to you, she gave it to you. It belongs to you." And then she leaves the pit.
I will stay in the pit for a second, trying to, like, a lot's happened, and then I will
Mhm.
take the letter before I leave the pit,
Mhm.
and I symbolically I would like to burn it, but I don't know if, like, I'm a kindred, you know what I mean? Is
Mhm.
there anything around that will allow me to destroy this letter before leaving this
Ironically,
pit?
ironically, yes, actually, in the middle of Conventus, there is a chandelier of what is very clearly kindred fleshcraft to look very nicely, and they are lit with green flames. So you could probably maybe ask. You know that the rods sit in Conventus that somebody take it up for you. Before you do, is your Auspex active?
I thought powers are not supposed to be active here, so I don't
Is
think
your
that I would have had them active.
Aspect active?
Sure. Sure,
Good.
though. Sure.
Um,
Okay.
Something in your gut tells you to read over the letter one more time before you finally do it. You can feel you're being stared at, and you can see the prince subtly just like she's not looking at you, it's like she's looking at something else. And when you activate your Auspex, you realize that there's a hidden message in the letter.
Okay.
It is giving you the location. This is in Montreal, Canada. It's very clear. And the message tells you that when she slept the first day after you guys saved her, it was like she was living through the beast. There is a garden there that she made. It was an older garden from her grandmother. It was the garden that her and her grandsire, which now at this point you know is Cain, made together for the first time. And it was there that she used the dagger to awaken a few creatures and that they need to be put back down. When you go in, it's trapped by him, and the word is underlined at least a dozen times. Don't grab the brown one, grab the white one. And that's all it says. At the very bottom, it tells you, at the very bottom, it's like a little message. It goes, P.S. Tell the pink one that's where his girl is.
I know that I'm being watched,
Mm-hmm.
so instead I will just currently, now that I know that there's something else in the letter, I'm gonna fold it and put it in my pocket for.
Mm-hmm.
I will wrap the furs up,
Mm-hmm.
daggers, and I will place it in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. Jesus
I'll look back
Christ.
at the room and head out.
Ow, I was being blinded.
Wait.
That hurt.
I'll head back out and meet the rest of them again.
So once you get out of the pit, you can hear this like voice behind you going, I would turn them off if I were you. Referring to your eyes, your Auspex. Turn the Auspex off again. Okay. You're muted, by the way. You're muted.
Do I know who's talking to me?
New. This one's a new voice. You haven't heard it before. But you can. It's pretty safe to assume this is probably one of the rods, since they're the
Yeah.
only people allowed to break the no power laws. Um, they let you for purpose of reading it. So you get back up to the top, and Clarabelle is standing there. She's talking to Janet. She's talking to Miko. She's talking to Artemis. She's explaining to you guys the different people that you will be offered. There's a La Sombra, there's a Gangrel, there's a Hakata, and then there is or Giovanni, and there's a Bruja. That's all that they have currently. That isn't going to drive you crazy with their level of power, but later you can, you know, when you're ready to accept the gift, you can go to um a Dago and get it. You don't have to get it right now. It's there for whenever you need it. It could be 10 years from now and you can finally collect. Um, so just it's there in case you ever need the boost. But other than that, I'm going to take my sister here and we're going to leave, considering this side of the world wants her dead now. So we can fix that up a little bit. And she just kind of smiles at you guys. She goes, Anyhow, you didn't see me. You didn't see Janet. You didn't see anything. Bye, guys. And she's just,
Before you leave,
hmm?
she's gonna. I'll walk up to Janet and I will look at her and I will say, "My condolences."
You can see her, like, she's trying really hard to keep this big, tough girl persona. Like, I mean, hello, you're 8 feet tall and hulking pure muscle. Kayla can tell there's, like, this moment of somebody seeing that she is being affected by this. Because maybe she feels guilty for everything that happened. But at this point, there's nothing she can do. And she and Clarabelle leave into a golden elevator. And as it opens and they step in, they turn around and look at you guys. There is this slight little wink at Kayla, like, you know. And then it closes and they're gone.
Well, welcome to Iron New York, Artemis.
Hell of a welcome.
It could be a very silly place.
We had many ha-has.
It is true.
I'd like I'd like for all of us to have dinner. Would you all be happy with dinner back at my place after this?
Yes, of course.
I'd like to talk about some things too. But before we leave, I just want to find out how others are doing with this sickness. Miko, how have the people on your boat been?
Eh, a little bit. They seem to be a little bit better. We will have to wait and see as the time it does the time thing, and we will hopefully see improvement. Like me.
I'd like to ask before we leave if anybody has come and been like if anybody's come around here. Maybe I don't know. So the rods and the pentacles are here, storyteller.
Yes.
I'd like to ask whoever's closest regarding
Mhm.
rods or pentacles about like the kindred that have come here within the past couple of days because it's been a few days since we've been here, and if anybody's come in with signs of recovering who were
Mm,
sick.
she just. Well, there is a single rod that kind of pops up. It's kind of hard to tell if they're man, if they're woman. They're kind of built like a man, but they sound like a woman. And they just. Not that we know of. Then again, I mean, I don't know. I don't pay attention. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Apologies. Was just asking because I'd rather ask before having to see Anton and turning the charm on, but that's fine. If Anton's
Um,
around, I know how to play that game.
Not that I know of. I think Anton is currently working at the doctor's office. There was a few new kindred who needed some affirming care.
Ah, new kindred. Well,
Yeah.
maybe maybe that will be a trip that we will make, but maybe not tonight. Up to you guys.
She kind of looks at they kind of look at you and they go, I wouldn't disturb Anton while he's working. So like affirming care, like okay, so Anton works like back doctor's office for kindred who were embraced outside of the gender that they feel they are. And so like he works and like showing up would definitely put you in like a bad light. So I mean, I could leave a message for him when he comes back that you're looking for him.
Admittedly, I'm almost tempted to go just to see if I am put in a bad light because I'd like to see how quickly I can get out of it considering Anton's flirting, but I, f- I think I'm more hungry than anything else as well. So, thank you. We
Uh-huh.
will be leaving.
Okay. They replenished your fridge. Just pointing at you. The the queen made us do it. She's scary.
She's just a queen. She's just doing her duty. And, you know, that's a great. I'm hungry. I understand. I'm hungry, and some people don't have my palate. And I like finger foods. Do you like finger foods?
Me? No. I like alcoholic foods.
Ah, interesting. What kind of alcoholic foods?
Whatever the fuck could still knock me out as a kindred.
Hmm.
I want my
We'll have to
humans
make
on the
sure to have
verge
that
of
in the house.
alcoholic poisoning to feel better about myself. I was an addict in life. I'm still struggling, okay? Fucking Antonio's making me go to rehab. That shit sucks as a kindred because every time I think I get 2 steps forward, I go to sleep and day sleep and that shit knocks me back. And let me tell you, I don't know how the hell Haley is doing this. Haley is my fucking hero. That bitch is recovering from sex addiction. I can't even get off of a fucking cigarette. It don't even do anything for me anymore. You know how bad it sucks when you're having anxiety and you go to smoke a cigarette and it does nothing for you anymore? I fucking hate being a kindred. It sucks.
That is unfortunate. We were told that we would have some bodies. We will be leaving as well too, but we will be seeing whoever we need to see about the bodies as well beforehand. But
Oh,
I
oh,
wish you luck in your journeys.
got you. You gotta go see the pentacles. Uh, you know what? I'll let you figure it out. Um, so you guys will go to the pentacles. We'll do that in above game talk. Who you pick, I will describe what happens. Um, that way you guys get the information on who it is that you're going to eat and what it is you could possibly gain from it. So you make an informed decision since this is a shopping spree technically. Um Hey, that's how Adego described it to Claire. Therefore, that's how I'm describing it to you guys. You're going to the supermarket and picking who you want to eat. No. So you guys get home, you'll get your finger foods, you'll be able to eat, you'll be able to make your um appointment for when it is that you do want to do your Diablo. Do you tell Miko about the message on the letter?
Yes, I would tell Miko about the message on the letter. I would also, there's a few things that I would explain. I think Artemis, since you've been here, you've seen me eat. I eat body parts. So you have a area where you could go to get blood, and I have an area for my body parts. So while we're sitting there, most of the time it's hands, like hold hands, especially this area that she's just nibbling on, kind of just like casually chucking back. You would notice there are some uh, in one of the fridges. There's like like steel coffee, like the Yeti ones, like with stickers of gems on each of them in one area. Um, and you would see a hole in my floor at the bottom of the stairs
Should probably
into
get that
an area
fixed.
that is my lab. That is, we have like a rug over it. It's like a do not walk area. Like we know about it. So, it's very modern, and we'd be sitting around kitchen table area, ingesting blood, body parts, and I would be explaining to everything that's happened up until this point that I could, as well as what the letter said, and I would show both of you the daggers. And I would say,
Miko,
we can't tell anybody about this.
Miko, the part of the letter that stands out to you specifically is the very bottom. Tell the pink one that his girl is there. She's giving you the location of Dawn.
Where is there?
Montreal, Canada.
Hold on a minute. That's really fucking far away and cold, and apparently French. Is it French? Is that the right part of Canada? Okay.
Yeah.
The French? Oh no. Fuck it. Road trip. At some point. Soon. We should probably do the important other things first so we don't get the evil boogie woogies.
That, as well as these daggers, they don't seem like a big deal, but they are. If anybody knows about these daggers or sense them, or I mean, this is putting a huge target on all of us and on, I believe, even higher New York. So, again, please do not share this.
No, and even more, a road trip might make sense with the whole, aha, we are not here after all. And then we come back. And then we leave again, and then we come back. And plus, I can pay for it to be quick trip using the planing or the trains, or what's the other thing? A big truck, or like the silver long tubey thing, which everybody says is like movie.
Train.
No. In movies, it's always in the desert and so shiny as it drives, like a big house, but long and silver. It's not a Winnebago. Is it? The silver little. I will find out and I will get one.
Okay. I mean, maybe Google someone if we're allowed to. And I mean, I'm still waiting to see if I can get my Google. So maybe we'll have a little road trip trailer that our Google can make sure we're okay in.
Oh, I think it's called an Airstream.
Ah.
I don't know. I've seen it in lots of movies.
For future.
Yes.
Artemis. Do you still have a needle sticking out of you, or has that been taken care of?
That has been taken care of.
Is the blood to your liking?
Yeah, I mean, it's free. That makes it delicious, honestly.
Can I? So I feel like the blood would have, you might have a couple of different types of like options for flavor that you're not aware of. So this one might be because of the whole McDonald's thing. I think it's the blood tastes like something's a little weird. And you're like,
Preservative.
why does it feel like blood but a Big Mac? Why? Very salty blood.
Donations gratefully received from the Truck Stop Donation Center. next to an In-N-Out burger.
Yes.
Microplastics, just like Mother used to make.
God damn it.
Oh, that's brutal. Brutal. Oh. I am too old to get that reference.
Okie dokie. So, God damn it, I'm trying so hard. Y'all driving me crazy. How the fuck do I deal with y'all? I love you. I love all three of you. I wouldn't trade y'all for the world. This is where we're going to end the episode. You guys have helped what is now known as the grandchild of Cain and Lilith in meeting her final death. You are putting what she considers her son to rest. You do eventually get a letter stating that he has been buried properly as per his species, and that's the best way, or his culture, as per his culture. That would be a much better, discreet way. So you know that he was given the proper Garou burial, despite everything. You guys have, at this point, gone through your eat. If you've chosen. If not, that's fine. You don't have to do it right now. If it's not something that you would like for your character, you are more than welcome to negotiate it and get something else in exchange. We can talk about that in above game. But that is where the session ends, with you guys planning on making your way to Montreal. So, we're going to go ahead and hit our post-session, because this was a very, very, very heavy session, and I want to make sure all my players are okay. So we're going to do a bleed check, we're going to do a talk, we're going to decompress, we're probably going to laugh until we tinkle ourselves, but hey, that's pretty normal. And I hope that we see you guys next time. Bye! Such dorks.